Hello and welcome back to another episode. When we left off, we had finished integrating the Thrakposhian whatevers, and we have absorbed their instability as our own, which is not really affecting us. You can still see we're spending less than 1 influence per month suppressing factions. We acquired the Dreadnought, which is one hell of a ship, but not without its own drawbacks. See what else are we doing? We just began integrating our vassal on the north end, so the Centomeroi Directorate isn't too terribly long. We had a rebellion in the middle of our integration on the south side, so we have a vassal there in what should be my space, but they won't take long to deal with. Let's go ahead and send our construction ship down now to build on some of these places that should be developed but aren't. This little area, or this pocket on the side here, actually wasn't even in my territory until the integration, but my borders press much harder than most of the other ones. We finished our armor upgrade and we've got the jump drive on the way. Really looking forward to that jump drive. Let's see. Do I want to clean these up or do I want to get something useful? I think I'll get something useful. Since our entire weapon payload is kinetic weapons, getting the kinetic weapon upgrade just seems like a good choice overall. This planet is a tomb world in range. Let's see how much we would have to pay to convert it. 5,000? Get on it. We will colonize every world. Because we can, and we researched the technology to be able to do that exact thing. So, let's see, how long on our truce here? In 2420, so we have 5 years left. It's not terrible. We have 4 blockade fleets, which is pretty good. Our blockade fleets actually, in the last war against the Righteous League, proved pretty useful at just running down their small incursions as well, which is a pretty handy thing overall. These guys are a protectorate, which is frustrating because I can't take their space without declaring war on the Sejathani, or the Sejathari, but because the protectorate doesn't get called in, I can't do anything with that. I would have to spend 50 war score to liberate them, and then I could actually do something with them. Or the alternative is to just kill the Sejathari entirely, and that will liberate all of their vassals. I think that's the preferable one because that involves fewer wars, and therefore less time waiting for war cooldown. I did forget to develop this system, but it looked like the sector managed to grab a little bit of it. I am pro sectors helping out. And let's see. The faction's growing a bit still, but 0.71 influence per month out of my total income of what? You get 7, so not that worried about it. We now have a new ruler, which is just fine. And there's a rebellion, yay! Let's get all these blockade fleets in there. And one of the transport fleets should be sufficient. That's right. There are people just waiting to be added to the Unity. I forgot about that. Are there any here? No. How about here? Yes. Okay. And there. Nice. Alright. So my ground forces have quite a bit of people to welcome to the Unity. And you are not on aggressive, are you?
Enemy planet secure.
Boom. Conquered that world. So we will embark. How are our forces doing? Ah, they're not even scratched. Our weapons must seem like magic to them indeed. Aw, the Democratic Human planets are mad now. It's a big ship. And so you can see the size of my cruisers here. And pretty soon you'll be able to see the scale of the dreadnought next to them. It is a big boat. But these rebels are as good as dead. And these primitives are as good as welcomed. And some of that stellar culture shock going. They're pretty surprised that I would so generously welcome them into the Empire, I think. And the rebels are defeated. Surprise, surprise. The best possible outcome. To them, our weapons must seem like magic. You embark all? Yeah, they launched at 50 strength. And booyah. Grab another world. More worlds for the Unity. The underdeveloped need to be assisted from time to time. Ah. Alright, fine. Tomb world habitability it is. Maybe. It's doing that thing where it's just stuck on a day again. This happens from time to time in this playthrough, which I don't recall ever happening before this playthrough. But we'll just leave it for now. Scroll around a little bit and check on everything. There it goes, it's ticking again, and Tomb World habitability is being worked on, which would actually give me 75% or 80% habitability on a Tomb World, which is insane. Or I can convert the Tomb World, which I'm already doing, so it's kind of irrelevant. I'm actually feeling like this might be enough blockade fleets, which means
Enemy planet secure.
boom. More primitives, welcomed to the Empire. And send them up there. Actually, not this fleet. I'm going to stage with the actual combat fleets. And actually, I'm going to move all of these things over to a new location. Alright. But I think it's time to expand our combat fleets a bit. So 2420 is when I can go to war with the Righteous League again. And as I mentioned before, I'm not going to do the Liberate chain anymore. I'm just going to conquer. I will take all of their things much more quickly that way. And since I have to deal with all sorts of tedium down here, it's actually more time efficient for me to just seed their stuff. And it's not like I have to play nice with the galaxy. There's no one that likes me anymore. Look at this. The opinion map mode. Nobody really likes me. The Lavis are pretty indifferent because I didn't do anything. My vassals don't mind me, but everybody else already hates me, so whatever. AI attitude, See, unfriendly, hostile, hostile, hostile. But nobody can really do anything about me either, so it's fine. Completed our research of the jump drive. Nice. So, for our physics, technology... Alright, fine, I'll get capacitor fields. So yeah, I'm just never going to use this, though. You build it on platforms, stations, and fortresses, which are all constructible defensive buildings. But at this point in the game, they're so weak, they're not even worth investing in. But, right, jump drives, jump drives, jump drives. I think they use less power. No, they use the same power. Okay. Jump drives, do 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 do. Jump drives, do 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 do. Jump drives are, as I mentioned before, the second best overall FTL. The best being the side jump drive, which is mechanically the same as a jump drive, but just has more range. Bro crew. And I'm gonna upgrade my small ships. Wow, Jesus. Apparently these things were very out of date. I don't even care. I don't build them, I'm not going to build them. I don't need to make sure they're up to date. So you guys, upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. So I'm going to send them to that system. These blockade fleets here are going to go to Farragon. These combat fleets, I'm going to send to Mihil. You upgrade and move there. You upgrade and move there. You guys are just going to use the port you're in already. Do some upgrades. And this is pretty vastly suboptimal, upgrading on so few factories, but I don't really need to be optimal because it's a small upgrade. These guys create a new fleet, and then you split the fleet in half. Waiting for these to get into position and actually start moving down that way. And so here I can actually do a pretty good job of showing it. So this fleet could not be upgraded. So this is the range of a warp drive 3. This is the range of a jump drive. You'll note it's the same. The jump drive also cools down and warms up overall much more quickly. So the jump drives have no transit time. They warm up and cool down more quickly, and it's going to allow me to be all over the place much more rapidly, as though I wasn't already kind of all over the place during the war. But now I can outrun and catch things much more expediently. Although now that I have jump drives, if they do manage to kill and salvage any of my ships, which is kind of inevitable that they will be able to, even though I've got them pretty severely beaten, they'll be able to get jump drives of their own. And it is kind of a little disorienting if you're used to ships that actually travel, to suddenly have them not appear on the screen ever. One of the bigger things to note is that with a jump drive, with a warp drive, there's a short warm-up and a long wind-down. With jump drives, it's backwards. There's a long wind-up and a short wind-down. It might take a little getting used to if you've never used jump drives before, and will certainly be disorienting if you've never used wormholes either. But rest assured, jump drives and side jump drives are the best FTL in the game. And I now have one of them, and I'm working on trying to get the other, but this isn't cooperating just yet. But that's alright. And for extra bonus fun, getting the jump drives like that is one of the primary triggers for an endgame crisis, which I've been kind of looking forward to. Because an endgame crisis will either make or break the endgame here, because as it is, if an endgame crisis doesn't happen, I've won. I've substantially increased my number of planets, and have just kind of rolled over basically the entire galaxy doing it. So the game is largely over. And let's see, borders don't appear to have changed up there. Tomaroi Stellar Polity left the Auspicious Concord. Wow. So I guess the Auspicious Concord fell apart. Shame that. Let's see, how far are we from this war? Okay. It'll be in the middle of May, I can actually declare it. Check the buildings. Yeah. Right. And of course, if we check our sector, we'll see that the sector is doing fucking amazingly on its resources and producing a ton for us, which is good. Tomb World adaptation is complete. I'll just grab this technology. I don't intend to use it, but it's cheap and I want to cycle as many technologies as I really can. And you can see the faction dropped from 100 something to 88. So we're doing just fine there. We're about a year out, and with as close as my fleets are, he can actually see them from Egra. Which, if I were the Righteous League right now, I'd be really disappointed with how the game is going. They were so much on top of the world, and now they're just getting run over. Yeah, you see the Tomb World's at 80% habitability now. That's awesome. You could actually use this if you wanted. You can see that the city ruins and the radioactive wasteland are both providing adjacency bonuses. So 1 physics, 1 society, plus the 3 physics here. This could be a 4 physics, 1 society tile, which is actually really impressive. And this one is a society and physics, so these could be 1 physics, 1 society each as well. But I'm not doing that. I don't need to study your fallen, destroyed, failed civilization. I know what they look like. I've absorbed several. So mostly just killing time now. More fight for the fight boats. Or more boats for the boat fight. Whatever. But the combat fleets could be bigger, and so they shall be. Just a few months left. A number of individuals belonging to the pre-sentient native populations of one of my planets somehow got into a secure compound on the outskirts of the colony. They were chased off, but not before severely damaging interstellar uplinks. Several hundred credits have been lost into the ether. Darn, I guess? I don't know. That would be a much bigger deal if this were early game and I actually cared. As it is now, I'm having a hard time doing something with my energy credits. What is this? That's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna land there and get that adjacency bonus on the energy, hopefully. Now let's see what to research. I don't really need more minerals. So most of these I'm going to be getting progress on from Federation, but I'll just grab that real quick. Shore technology, clean up the partially completed ones, because it's ugly and gross. Oh, hey. So I'm going to slow this down. Yes, yes, yes. Look at all of you closing your borders. You're so inventive. Igra. Rockin'. And so you'll see a range for the cost on an objective. So the range for taking Sigma Draconis is 17 to 20. What that means is it's 20 for the smallest of them, and 17 for the largest. I'm the large one, so it'll be 18. Well, I don't know. I don't even know, man. But the range is basically the most expensive versus the least expensive to do that war objective. So I'm actually going to drop Death and take the other planet in Asterope. And that's 92 war score. So let's beat the shit out of some Righteous League. And we finished Physics Tech. Energy credits all day.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
We had a scientist die too. Or someone die. Might have been. That was my admiral. That's fine. He has outlived his usefulness at this point. And one of my transports is in Orkenfung. And again, I like to keep my fleets kind of together early on in the war. The Righteous League has had enough time to probably rebuild, and I don't want to give them the opportunity to snipe some of my ships.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Although I could spread out a little bit, I think. Because of this road that I have, I also see a lot farther. And that should probably be taken into consideration too. Although they've got wormholes. And wormholes are really bad at telegraphing their choices. Yeah, so he's got a 10 or a 12k fleet there. Which one of you? You're gonna go there instead. Put down that fleet. Xeno diplomacy is complete, so I can form a federation. Not gonna, but I can. Ugh. The psionic army is the cheap one. And I get the extra productivity out of it as well. Psionic leaders are relatively rare, so I don't want to waste him, but it doesn't look like I'm getting side jumped, at least not yet. Yeah, look at that. Just getting wrecked on. And see, you can see he's using the some of the really heavy guns. I lost a cruiser. So you create new fleet. Ugh. Come on, game. And we'll split this fleet in half. So you guys join them, you guys join them, and you guys join up. The fleet in Sigma Draconis will head back out to Brocken.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Yeah, these guys are long since in position. Carrier operations. So I can research the improved fighter wing. If I care. This is a pretty big if. But whatever. Get the cheap technologies out of the way already. And let's say we're at 23%. So the components Sagittari are my vassal. Doing alright for themselves over here. Nice. Occupied a planet. Ah, yeah, see? See? Deselect them. And the transports in Igra I can send down here. Yeah, see, they're kind of collecting all their forces. I think I lost a battleship in that fleet too. Where did they go? Ah, they're trying to snipe my transports. What a surprise. Now, see, that's less than ideal though, landing that close to the enemy. That takes away my range advantage. But you can see I have overwhelming force, and so the just pure damage output of my fleets is paying dividends. But I am going to have casualties in this. Certainly more than I would like. Mulching his fleets though. That's good. Looks like I lost 2 cruisers there. I held the day. And there it is. Well done. Well done. I don't even think I lost any ships in that. Somehow. I think I'm going to send one of my blockade fleets and its associated transports down there. Where are you guys going? Alright. Should be ready to invade here. I'm invading while the fortifications are still kind of up, but it's not that big of a problem. You see, transports are too eager. And he has a spaceport left alive, so we're gonna give some orders like that. Then have them go to the planet.
Situation log updated.
But I am going to insert a break at the top of the year.
Enemy planet secure.
Enemy planet secured. So we embark our transports, send them over to this system.
Situation log updated.
They're feeling good about the ground invasion.
Construction complete.
And so I am to broken. We'll go to Sigma Draconis. Jesus.
Hostile fleet engaged. Situation log updated.
There we go. Now that's look like they should line up correctly.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Yeah, all of the wormhole stations can be a bit distracting too. They cause the names to light up the same as colonies do. There's no colonized icon on it, but
Hostile
if you're just scanning for names real quick, it can be pretty easy to get distracted by all of them. But that's alright. Bombing is proceeding nicely there.
hostile fleet engaged.
Transports are going to be landing as soon as they get to the destination. And
Situation
yeah, you can see I'm still pretty far away from actually being able to blockade my way to victory. But that's alright. I missed the first of the year, but that's fine. Thank you for watching, and I hope you continue to enjoy. Have a good one.